What's up? I saw Maria dancing on the backstage while the countdown was going on. What's
the
up, hey
timer music.
Heidi?
Nothing much, John.
Heidi is in a little bit of pain, and I thank Heidi for being on right now. Hey Maria.
Hey.
Hey.
So tonight we're gonna do the recap of The Other Way.
Yes.
I know I did Evelyn and Corey earlier. We'll touch on that briefly because I don't want to, double dip. And The Stars is on at 8:00 tonight, so it's beat the clock right now because we got 57 minutes to get through it. So real quick, Elizabeth Mayer, happy birthday! She turned the big 70 today.
Happy birthday!
Look at you, get it? Happy birthday, Liz. Everybody else in the chat: Brenda, Digital Pen, Holistic, Amy, Payne, Crystal, Dorit. A different crystal? Oh wow, two different crystals. Crystal 5 and Crystal S.
Wait a minute,
Virgie.
Wait a minute, Dorit. I didn't forget to call you. I was just in pain for the last 2 days. I'm gonna call you. I gotta call Dorit.
Julie, Dishwood Mish, Professor Ruggieri, LV Liz, Crazy Cat Mama. Crazy Cat Mama, you never sent me your information so I could send you your copy of Summer Rental.
She won?
She did.
I kind of fell asleep.
Listen, Julie came on and, halfway through it, and Julie was like, she came in hot and heavy. And at the they each had 9 points, and Crazy Cat Mama got her at the very end, but Julie came in strong. Let's see, Barbie, Sarah, Marie, Emma. Oh, thank you, Emma, Crystal S, Terry Lynn, Denise, Deborah. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Mel B, Sassy One, Gucci, Veronica Lee. I think I got her. Becky, Rockwell, Lori Mayers. Okay, I think we're good. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get into it. Lots of stuff to cover. I'm gonna put the next intro in, and then we'll start.
Yes, he's fabulous, and he's on the inside scoop.
Ooh, look at that! Okay, real quick. Sassy Susie Bell, hello. Brooke, hello. Barbie, did you get the closet is finished. Cody did an amazing job. It took him like another 3 hours once we moved into the bedroom. And thank God, was it Barbie that said that the closet wasn't gonna fit? So thank her, but everything's hung up. I'll take a picture of it. We're totally redoing the bedroom, and I don't want to take any pictures of it because it's still not great, but I'll take a picture of the closet so you guys can see. It's really, for like a closet you put together, we have so much stuff hanging in it, and it's really, really good. All right. So where do we want to start tonight? I got Kenny Romano, Victor Ellie, Jenny Sumit, Benny. We're going to do Evelyn and Corey last.
Let's just start with Stephen and
Stephen. Right, yeah, I think Stephen and Alina would be a great way to start. Okay, so who else is getting super creepy vibes from Stephen? Would it be?
I am.
Raise your hand.
I don't get creepy. I get problematic.
No, it's like I'm trying to be like a nice guy here, but super creepy vibes from him. I don't know if it's the long hair. I don't know if it's because he was shunned. I don't know if it's because he's talking to like other people. It's just super creepy. Hey, Lisa.
I look at Pee Wee Herman. When I hear him talk, I think about Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
I do.
To recap, he's sold Alina, and I like Alina a whole lot. He sold Alina this story about how they're they're both virgins, and they're gonna, they have to stay separated, and blah 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 blah. We come to find out that he is not a virgin, that
he's a whore.
a man whore, pretty much, basically.
Pee-wee Herman.
Pee-wee Herman, the man whore. Who knew?
And you know, so they're in Turkey together. Okay, so the first scene they have is that they need to hitchhike.
Oh wait, I thought before that he was getting dressed and he has no shirt on and then asking her.
No, that was last week.
That was last week.
Oh, I watched them both back to back. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So that was last week.
Whoops.
So they're on the street, and he's hitchhike. Like, people still hitchhike, maybe in Turkey. That's the whole thing.
Well, he did it. That was kind of weird. It looked like an Uber driver to me. So I don't know.
But it was like kind of like I kind of believed it because when they got in the car, there was no cameras or mics in them, and like you could totally see production was behind them in the car, like filming it. Like okay, so like I get I would never hitchhike and I would never get in a stranger's car. But if you have a whole camera crew following you behind, taping it, I think I'd feel a little bit safer about it. I don't know. Am I wrong?
I wouldn't feel safe, period.
I would feel safer with the crew following, sure. But I think that Steven he has no situational awareness. He has no thoughts about what it's like to be a woman in a foreign country. He's just Steven, a white man. Yay, let me flag down random strangers and make them drive me somewhere.
With his half-assed Turkish that he's speaking,
better than my Turkish.
That was funny.
So he's asking the driver, "Are we almost there?" And the driver's like, "You want to go to Burger King?" And he's like, "No." So I don't know. It is what it is. So they meet with the immigration attorney. So Steven's 25 and Alina's 20, just to reiterate. So they meet with the immigration person in Turkey, thinking that this was going to be easy peasy, Japanesey. Oh, listen, I'm from America. She's from Russia. We're in Turkey. And we want to get married quick.
What's the problem?
Right? Like, can you put a stamp on it? Like,
John, here's my problem with this. Everybody wants to go to a foreign country and get married, but they don't even look up the rules and regulations. They never have the proper paperwork. This reminds me of Nicole and Azza.
I was just going to say that, Heidi. You took the words out of my mouth.
I am so serious. Guys, I'm sorry I'm not on camera, but if you just see me, I don't look well. But it just reminds me of Nicole and Azza. You go over someplace, nobody did any research, and with all the stuff they said they had to go through, you might as well just go back to America and bring her there and marry her. You got to go to the capital city. Then you have to go to the Russian consulate. Then you have to go to Antilla to get married. Then you got to go back to the Russian. Then you got to file it. That's more than
you have to pass go. Then you have to buy St. Charles Place.
Yes.
Then you have to get Waterworks. And then then you have to roll the dice, say a prayer. And good luck maybe. And that's the Russian consulate was in, I don't know how to pronounce the name of this, Antalya, where they were, Antigua, whatever. Antalya, which was fine for Alina, but then the American consulate is in
the capital,
Ankara, which is the capital of Turkey. Yeah. So Steven has to fly there to get his paperwork in order.
Yeah.
And then they have to do that. Like I said, there's 50 steps. Then you have to answer the riddle, afterwards.
Pay the toll to the troll under the bridge.
Pay the toll. Answer the riddle.
Yep.
Win District 12 from the Hunger Games, and then you'll be able to get married. I mean,
it's crazy. I know they watched this show before. Angela had to do the same thing with Michael. She had to prove she was divorced or she was single. It's the same scenario over and over again. People learn something. Watch the show.
It's like the Tri-Wizard tournament. Then Battle of Dragon, like Harry Potter did. Go underseas, find a mermaid. And then, yeah, sure. And then it's easy. So the immigration attorney tells them, well, I suggest you do it sooner than later.
90 days.
Sounds like it's going to take 10 years.
90 days.
It started.
Yep. And then it depends
Marathon.
on how busy the marriage office is. That's the funniest part.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I like when you said that too. Because it's not a lie, right? We're talking about bureaucratic red tape. It's going to take as long as it takes.
And we're still and they're still in the epidemic, right? Are they still doing the mask and everything?
It's like during it, I think.
Okay.
It might be like maybe after it was bad, because it was during the pandemic, and then probably like afterwards, after it got after it got less crazy.
Okay.
So next in their story, they're in the cab or the hitchhiker or wherever they're going.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, Alina's like, we need to get married now. And Steven's like, I'm not so sure about that. And then Steven wants a watermelon. Yeah. And Alina doesn't want one.
What the hell does watermelon have to do with anything? That confused me. I'm like, okay, not a peach, but a watermelon. Okay.
Like, we should take a break and get a watermelon.
Yeah, let's go get a watermelon. When I think of turkey, I think of watermelons.
That's what I think.
You know what? I think he was being a bit racist. I'm sorry.
to the Turkish people?
I'm surprised he wanted some fried chicken and watermelon. I'm serious. I'm just joking.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. No, but like he's wasting her time. I would be so mad if he was like, I don't know how I feel right now.
Get married? Seriously, because he's trying to use up all 90 days. And the fact that he says that.
But there is no 90-day countdown in Turkey. Why do they keep saying 90-day?
Because he's on 90-day the other way. That's why.
Like, really, you're not in Utah. You don't the count.
Well, no, he has a 90-day. They're on a visitor's visa or
okay.
Yeah, that's what they're on. But he keeps saying that he wants them not to be tempted. He's gonna look. You already, and he's not already a virgin, so it's him that have the issues. He wants to walk around in a towel, as Maria said. That woman is not even. She just wants to be married so they can be intimate, because she's trying to play by his rules. And I'm doing quotes like y'all can see me. I'm sorry.
He's concerned about her being able to be baptized, right, in the church. He doesn't want to mess that up. But also, he's a little annoyed that she doesn't want to cuddle with him anymore. It's like.
But don't forget, she's still testing him because, I'm waiting for when Masha, her friend Masha that wanted to test him, who says, oh, I like your location. Where are you at? So let's wait for that to come into fruition, because she hinted at it today. Oh, that's why, is he still talking to other girls? I don't know. We'll find out when the test from Masha comes through.
Well, she's with him. I don't know.
And at least he said, oh, I won't stay in the hostel. I'll stay with you. Scoodly poop.
Oh God.
Scoodly poop.
He keeps playing with his hair too. That annoys me when a man just plays with his hair. He
looks much better with short hair, and he needs to not look.
I shouldn't have played with mine.
Okay, somebody says Steven was on Bears All.
Already?
Apparently. What did he talk about? All of his
we're 5 episodes in. Bears all to what?
That's what I want to know.
Skiddly poop.
It'll make me laugh. Every time I laugh, I pull something.
All right, well, let's get off them because we have 45 minutes. And
let's go.
And they suck.
Dancing with the Stars is the real thing, and I will not miss a minute.
Okay, she says she watched it today.
All right, well, Skiddly Poop was on Bears All. What they talk about? No, I don't want to know. Tell me later. I had to get through. I had to get through the guest members. Okay, so let's see. Let's do Victor and Ellie next. Okay. So Ellie finally makes it to Providencia, and the island is just decimated. It's really, really sad. She had to take a 4-hour boat ride from San Andreas, from where she flew into, to Providencia. Victor went to San Andreas to meet Ellie, and then they decided to go back. It's a 4-hour boat ride. Then they have 4 hours to be there, and a 4-hour ride back.
Okay,
And I mean, what can you say? The island was completely devastated.
Can I just ask my question from last week?
Go ahead.
How did he get from Providencia to San Andreas when
They said a plane? I thought they said a plane.
Okay, there was no electricity. She picked him up at the airport, but they're going back to Providencia on a boat that leaves at dawn.
You don't need electricity for that. That's just, it's
fly
gas.
From Providencia.
Well, they got the gas over in San Andreas.
God, I give up. Okay. I give up.
I mean, it's so crazy that, like, as far, San Andreas, that really wasn't hit at all. And it was a Category 5 hurricane.
Yep.
To see, like, obviously we watched it and we, the whole island was like.
Yep. It looked like Lake Charles did when that hurricane hit them last year. Seriously. That's how bad Lake Charles looked when I looked at it. I was like, it still looked, some places it was devastating. Just like that. So,
I mean, it's just sad. And I'd hate to see, everybody pretty much has lived through a hurricane on this side of the country. Like, we had Sandy and Gloria. Cody lived through Hurricane Andrew. Hurricane Andrew ruined, his everything in Florida. Probably pretty much got, So if you live on the East Coast, or what a hurricane can do.
Yeah,
it's bad. So Katrina, I mean, Ida, hurricanes do damage. And just like, the West Coast have, they have earthquakes, natural disasters suck. You kind of have to deal with it. So, thankfully, I don't want to laugh at this, but I'm going to. So, sorry.
Okay.
But the only house in all of Providencia that was left standing was Victor's. I don't know how.
Victor's and his brothers. No, and his brothers. You remember that's what his sister Mary is. I don't know.
The cement one was pretty good. Yeah.
I don't know if TLC had to come and reinforce the house before the hurricane came. It's just amazing how Victor's house was the only one left standing. It is what it is. I mean, come on. Look at the whole island. And then there's Victor's house.
Still standing.
Oh, the house got so much damage. There's a broken window there.
There's one strip of the roof that was off.
Yeah, like what? Are you kidding me? She's like, look at all the damage to your house, Victor. There's one broken window and there's one piece of siding that's missing from the roof.
Yeah, no, they were lucky. But
so lucky.
I will say they related to each other very nicely. Like, these hurricanes can really wreck a relationship, and it seemed like everything was sort of like matter of fact. Yeah, let's just see it. Let's not worry about any of our problems right now, which is what I think natural disasters do, right? They're either going to accentuate your problems or they're going to put things in perspective.
Oh God.
And for the moment, they're in perspective. How long will that last? One episode, I'm sure. So
it's not going to last because her girlfriend's bringing up his infidelity. I think the woman's still on the island. Who knows?
Yep.
I mean, let's all say like a quick rosary to thank God that Hurricane 5, was it Iota, Delta, ravaged all of Providencia except Victor's house. I mean, it was the only house left standing, and his house was made of wood.
It was. He did a good job, whoever made it.
Right?
TLC reinforced it.
I hope they did, because that makes it. I like that. I like that conjuring that imagery in my mind of TLC over there with little hammers.
With the mask on, like, like the little hazmat suit, just like, just making sure that everything. But like
we need this house.
Yes, and like when what's her name? Ellie said, "Oh, your house. Oh my God, look at all the damage. You have a broken window." I was like, "Really?"
I know, it looked pretty good. It looked good.
She's seeing all the damage. She goes, "I can't believe this." And and then she's like, "Oh my God, you have a broken window, babe. Are you okay?" Like what?
Yeah. And then we look out the window at his mom's and his sisters. Like it's just two sides of walls, right? There's just two. That's it, and then nothing.
Like, come on,
a bed frame.
But I guess was it Hurricane Iota or Delta? Which one? What was the one
don't
that
think it was-
leveled it? It was like a
Was
Greek
I
letter.
know in my mind it's Ida, but I don't know what it is.
No, Ida's the one that just happened.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the name of the hurricane.
I think it was Iota or Delta, whatever.
It was whatever, but it was a category 5.
Yeah, and it completely obliterated the island except Victor's house.
Yep.
So, yeah. Moving on. Next couple. All right, so let's do Benny and Ari.
Oh,
Okay.
God. The whole.
Okay, so Ida. No, it wasn't Ida. It wasn't Hurricane. It was Iota.
No, it wasn't Ida. I can't remember the name.
Ida was the one that just hit. This is the one that happened last year. All right, Benny and Ari. So, Leandro's gone. They're getting back to normal, and basically their only scene in this episode was Benny and Ari and the baby and the nanny going to the healing waters of Ethiopia.
I liked it. They went over a rickety bridge. It was a whole experience, man.
They went over that bridge right there in the background. Yep, that's it. Listen, that's the bridge they went to Terabithia in. Right there.
Yes,
That's the bridge.
And they dressed for the occasion. She had a beautiful white cloak on to go across.
I just got a problem with that. She got out the healing water. Her hair dried instantly. So I guess the water was healing. Her hair was dried instantly, and so was Benny's. Okay.
It looked like it was cold. That's all I know.
So, okay. So I guess that Benny's Catholic because, he was doing the sign of the cross, and only Catholics do that. Catholics are the only religion that does the cross. So I'm like, okay, so Benny's Catholic. And pretty much Catholics only believe in holy water. And my grandmother used to get holy water from France and
Put all around the house.
India and stuff like that. So I believe in it. I believe in holy water. But like, I don't know. They went there. The water was super cold. It was coming out of a hose.
A very powerful hose. To hear Ari describe it, she looked like she was getting pelted.
Like, why is the water coming out of a hose though? Like, I'm like,
I thought it was coming through a rock. It did.
It was coming through
I see a black hose coming out there. Yeah.
Oh.
It was like a hose pipe from a rock. Like, I don't know. I don't.
It was
Cody,
from the garden.
It was.
Somebody left their hose on and they forgot to turn it off, and it was just draining down from the garden.
God works in mysterious ways, though. He can bless some hose water, man.
What was like when you saw like the Holy Mary like in India, and like they saw the vision of her? What was that called? Oh my God, what was that called? When the Virgin Mother came to the people and they saw her. Oh, what is that?
I don't know.
Can you help me out? Our Lady of Fatima, is that it?
Oh, okay.
Our Lady of Fatima, that's what it was.
It's Maria and Heidi.
Yeah, but the best, I'm sorry. The best scene of this whole thing was
Guadalupe,
Benny had no shirt on. And when him with his back, when he was doing the muscles in his back, that's what I kept looking at.
Heidi.
And listen, the nanny was all up in it. She
wanted to make sure she got Ari fully covered. That spot did not get missed.
Well, how come the nanny had no bra on?
No, nanny was letting the girls out.
Yes.
Well, she was only soaked in the front. I think she just had sins on the front. The back had.
Oh, don't make me laugh.
She only let her girls shine because she had some sin on her girls, so she had to let that wash down the drain.
Steve Bloom says people are barbarians. If it's considered holy, then they had to protect it to use. Otherwise, people would trample it. Think of the river. And yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and Benny said it healed his brother. He was crippled or something. I think.
Yeah,
I
mean,
his brother was crippled and it healed him. Yep, he said that.
Like, I'm not saying, like, listen, I'm Catholic and I believe in that stuff, but the whole scene was like, for me.
No, Even her in her white shroud coming, grandma walking down the bridge. Come on.
Well, Ari is also Jewish.
Ari is
also
Jewish. And I'm surprised she did that because she is Jewish.
Yeah, Ari's Jewish.
But she
so
said that proves how much she wants to make their relationship.
And I agree with you on Heidi. Yeah, she really
yes.
did try to prove after Leandro was there, whatever his name is, Larry, that she was really trying to make
her other husband
go for it. So
I'm starting to wonder about this Leandro storyline. Did she really bring him there because she was lonely, or was she trying to make a point to Binion? Because she brought up the fact that he's out with his friends at night all the time, doing whatever he wants. And so was it just one of those, I just want to make him jealous and make him take our relationship more seriously, so I'm going to bring my ex in? So
it was like the production telling them, hey, you guys don't have any controversy going on. Let's bring Leandro in. That's it.
It was like that. Yeah, I see that too. Yeah.
Because
I guess we can't just...
they got the shortest scene this episode.
Yes, Kindlin, and she was right when they squirted the water out of the hose when he went to that religious festival. That's some powerful water.
It is. I don't know. And then Ari was like, "Oh, it's so cold." And
it looked cold though.
What did you think it was gonna be, like a hot spring? Like, obviously this shit's coming out of a pipe.
Well, John, I even said to you, what the lady is like so forceful. Like you could see, like when she grabbed like Ari's arm and like was turning her this and that, like her arm, like her hand was like digging into her and like do it this way. Like I'm sorry, but like I don't need like your water from running up the mountain like down on me.
Like Ari thought that like she was like at Tranquillum, like 9 Perfect Strangers, and like Nicole Kidman was going to be there.
Yes.
Like, yes, my child. Like, no, Ari, it's a pipe in the middle of a waterfall in the middle of Ethiopia. So it's not.
I mean, if it was like really like holy water and like blessed and this and that, how come there was no?
No, it is blessed. It's holy water.
No, I'm saying if it's like this whole magic, like whatever yada yada thing, then how come there's no guards like guarding them?
Very good question.
I mean, you had to traverse a rope bridge. You have to pay the toll. You got to pay the toll.
That is what they brought.
Right there.
Yeah.
I
think y'all are missing the whole point
here. Right there.
You shall not pass.
We had this rope bridge up for 5 years now, and now you know why.
Exactly. I think everybody's missing the point here. Biniam muscles were glistening when he was in the water.
Heidi, we already know.
Oh, Heidi, put your tongue back in your
We
mouth.
already know where he's going to stay. He's
Heidi, put your tongue back in your mouth.
We missed that point. That's the whole point.
Hi, Glenda.
I love Heidi.
I
love her.
But the faces Ari was making, she was like, oh, and
she was like, ew, it's really, water, like,
because it's really cold. But like you're in Ethiopia, so it's pretty hot outside, probably.
Yep.
Right? Like like really, like I don't know.
And plus, they had to walk the whole way too, so don't forget that. So it's like you're already like
hot.
He already said no cars, no nothing, like, and they had to walk away. She was already complaining about that. So obviously, you're hot in places, and like
the only takeaway Heidi got from this was that Beanie was getting drenched in water with a hose,
and Ari had
that was it.
Ari had a blow dryer with her because
Heidi saw this, and she's like, "Okay, I can get into this scene." That's what Heidi saw.
Is it just me, or did Ari's hair dry in 30 seconds?
It did.
But it was braided, so I mean, I would think it would be very wet still. So
thank you. It dried in 30 seconds. Oh my god.
Oh my god, this show. Okay. All right, let's do this one's heavy. Let's do Kenny and Armando.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Give me a drink of that because I'm gonna need some help on this one. All right. So
that's a holy cigarette that you just smoked.
Oh my god.
I feel a minute. That was holy. I cried twice watching Kenny and Armando and this, and I thought it was very powerful. Well, not Kenny, I mean, like, but like, listen, how tall can Kenny get his hair? Because his hair is like up to here.
Pretty
Yeah,
tall.
I
and
don't know what
Armando's now
Kenny's
wearing his
using,
hair just like
but
Kenny.
like, if Kenny ever needed a weapon, he just needs to like put his head down and just
yeah.
charge.
Yep.
Because Kenny's got that height on that hair.
I feel like
there you go, Maria.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Yep.
Yes.
That's it. Like Kenny's got some. Kenny's using all that damn aqua net in that hair to keep that hair all like
Yeah. Do you see how much weight he's gained? Do you see how much weight they've gained?
Both
What?
of them, really.
How much
Armando
weight
was a
they've
little
gained because
squishy
they've
then.
actually had to cut the back of their shirts out so they can look. Yeah, Kenny's got a lot of weight on him, and so does Armando. They cut the back of their shirts when they're doing their confessionals.
Oh.
Yeah, they actually showed it on their IG. They cut the back of their shirts because they've gained so much weight during the pandemic. You can look at Kenny's face and see how much weight he's gained. He's gained a lot of weight.
Definitely.
Well, I was just talking about his hair being tall, but if you want to take it to that level, okay.
Yeah. And Armando's trying to get his just like that. He has the same haircut now.
I mean,
They're adorable.
that's a lot of teasing and blow drying and product. Like, I don't got time for that. I am sorry. No, that's a lot. So, okay, so first we see Armando with his mom. They meet up at the statuary or whatever, wherever they are.
They went to the Pottery Barn.
At first, Armando's mom was happy that the dad accepted him at the get together like the week prior. She didn't tell him about the engagement because she couldn't bring herself to do it.
Nope. A whole year later.
It's not her business.
Well, she kind of made it her business. Armando set a date and wants it to be a big celebration. Then Armando's mom's crying. She remarks, because I'm trying to write and listen to Spanish and write at the same time. So me listening to Spanish is not as great. So I'm just like, huh? So she remembers him when he was married with his wife.
Yep.
And then, she's crying and she says to Armando, when you see me cry, you think I don't accept you, but I do accept you as my son. And that was like really touching. I love that. She was crying, and that's the first time I cried because I'm like, that's really sweet. And I don't think any of that stuff between those two were edited.
No.
Or cut. Like, you can't fake emotion like that, especially if the mom was crying. You can't do that on cue. So I believed every word I saw emotions.
That. Yep.
And it was really sweet. So she says, I accept you as my son. Oh my God, I'm trying to read what I was writing while I was listening to what they were saying in Spanish, because my Spanish is not all that great. So the mom didn't tell the truth to the dad because she thought that the time never came where it was warranted. So pretty much Armando's still not kind of happy with the mom. I think he should be for being as open as they are. I don't know. I thought the mom was a nice moment.
I think the dad was my favorite moment.
Oh, we're going to get to the dad now.
Yeah.
But the mom, she was like, I accept you as my son. I love you. I think Armando is hoping for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and he should just be happy with what he's getting at the moment.
Yep. At the moment, he needs to be happy with what he's getting. Exactly.
Be happy with what you got right now. And don't push it.
Yeah, and hopefully he's giving the dad enough time to meet him where he wants. He wants his dad to really meet him all the way there. His dad's not ready. But if you give him enough time, I think he will get there,
Yeah, and also, again, both Catholics. And again, not easy being gay. I mean, the gay kids now don't know how good they have it. They're like, oh, I'm gay. No. no, no. Like they're like, oh, I'm gay. No. Especially people from Kenny's generation, very hard. Like, my is Kenny a baby boomer? I think he is.
I think so. But he's the one that's forcing Armando to push everything on people.
Right.
He's
and
not
I don't agree with that either.
Yeah, so these
as a
people
baby
from a small
boomer,
little
Kenny
town, small little village, whatever it is, compound, whatever.
Yeah, but like his daughter said that, she's never been around people that didn't automatically accept the situation.
Yeah,
so,
that's next week. Look, that's next week.
What? How do I
Kenny
not know
should
what
know of
episode
all
I'm
people
watching?
that you shouldn't push this on people, because but Kenny wants results now, and I really think
Yes.
Armando is being super good about it.
Yep.
Super, super good about it. And if I were Armando, I would tell Kenny to shut the F up.
Back off for a minute.
Let me deal with my family.
Yep.
Like last week's episode when they were at the party and Kenny was like, well, why didn't you say anything about the marriage? Because Armando was reading the room and he saw that, you know what? We're good right now.
Yep.
Let's not put all our eggs in one basket. Let's take the win for the night and then we'll revisit it. Like, that's what I would have done.
Yes. No, I think you're right. I think you got to take the wins where you can get them. You do have to read the room. And yeah, I think Armando knows his relationship with his dad. He knows that every step is gigantic and it seems tiny to Kenny. You know what I mean? So, but they're huge. Every little bit, you've got to take people as they come.
And Kenny should know better than anybody else. And that's what aggravates me. And listen, we all know they get married. We saw the wedding pictures. I posted them. So we all know what happens. But Kenny should know better than anybody else. I'm Gen X. And I had lots of issues with telling my family about it. And my very Catholic Italian family, Irish family about it. That's why I said the kids who have it now, like I'm gay. Okay, well, you know what? My hair is brown. It's the same thing. It doesn't even matter anymore now. But back in the day, it was a big deal, especially in Mexico. The super Catholic. I don't want to say it's, it's just a different type of life, and I applaud Armando for being as bold as he is with his family, because if it were me, I probably wouldn't have done half the stuff Armando's done already.
But do you think that without Kenny pushing, that Armando would have either? I mean, I feel like he wouldn't have done anything. He would have just.
I mean, but Kenny's pushing because they want to get married. Like so let's take Kenny out of the picture entirely. If there was no Kenny and Armando was just like a gay man, do you think Armando would be telling his father and mother and accept me to this level? If we could go tit for tat.
No, yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, I think Armando wants his family at the wedding, and so he needs to do the work now to get them comfortable with the idea. So I get Kenny pushing him.
Right, and and also let's not forget we're watching a TV show. It's reality. It's edited, so I'm not trying to make Kenny look like the bad guy.
Are we sure it's edited? No, I'm just joking.
I don't believe.
I don't want like a dirty message from Kenny, because the last time I spoke poorly about Kenny last year, he sent me a rip roaring DM like, you don't know what you're talking about. So like, I don't want to piss him off.
Okay, I'll say it for you. He's pushing Armando to do things at his speed instead of letting Armando read his family the way he knows his family best. Let Armando handle his family, and it will all play out in the end.
And also, don't forget that Kenny does not understand what they're saying. If Armando, I mean, if Kenny was at that dinner table and if he could understand what everyone was saying, then maybe he wouldn't push Armando to the point. But like he's just sitting there, like I don't know what everyone's blah 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 blah. So he don't know what they're saying. So
But after a year, John, I would think he would have some kind of basics.
I would, yes. I mean, I would too.
It's been
But
a year.
Corey learned some basic Spanish. Paul learned some basic Portuguese.
Even Stephen is actually trying to speak Turkish.
I mean, it is what it is, but I think Armando is doing it the right way. And this episode where he's talking to the dad, I don't think he should have done that yet. I think he should have taken the win from the outing when they all hugged each other and then waited a couple of weeks. And then maybe approach the dad after the mom had talked to him. But he had to go to the dad without the mom. Like, I would have wanted the mom as a shield. Like, Mama, talk to him, and then let me know what happens, and then I'll come in.
Okay, you think it was, I think it was smart that Armando went and spoke with his dad by himself and Kenny stayed outside.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Definitely. Kenny would have ruined it. Absolutely.
Yep. Definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
But I got the feeling that, because Armando used the words man to man, that meant something to him and to his dad, that he needed to kind of speak to him without his mom as a shield and prove that he is in fact a man and that he's making these decisions himself.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if it was time or not, but his dad's response was, I think, better than I would have expected.
Yeah, I was happy with the dad. And don't forget, like, when they say man to man, like, it's man to man and all of production. 3 people filming, the guy with the boom mic. I mean, it wasn't like they were just in a room with each other, like, just talking.
Yeah.
I think that would have been better if there was just, like, a camera in the corner and they got the raw footage that way instead of, like, 4 people from production in the room in the garage. Because the dad can't react honestly to it because he knows that it's being filmed and people are judging him. I would temper my reply if I knew this was going to be on national TV. Even if I
think that's why he's changed his mind some, because it's being taped.
I do. I mean, I don't want to say that's the whole reason, but he also knows that they're on TV and they have a family and they're in Mexico. And listen, I think the fact that there's a film crew behind watching them is very different than, like, listen, when I talked to my family about it, I didn't have a film crew. It was very blunt and nasty. And knowing that there's a film, knowing that they've already been on TV last year, knowing that they're like the stars. Everybody loves Kenny and Armando. They're like the good old boys. Yeah. Everybody loves them. I love them. I'm just saying, like, they're like favorites. So how is Armando's dad going to come off if he openly, vehemently doesn't want any part of it when he knows they're being filmed, when there's 3 cameramen behind them?
I mean, I think that I'm sure we did get a tempered response, but I do feel like, just you can tell what kind of man Armando's dad is. He's in this shop full of random metal objects, tinker, tinker, tinker. You can tell he's a thinker and not a talker, and he did a lot of talking. And I just feel like when a man like that, who's a thinker, has something to say, you listen, and you could see it on Armando's face. His face was just kind of through the whole thing.
No, I'm not trying to take away the fact that it wasn't genuine. I do believe it was genuine, but at the same time, there are other elements at play.
Sure. But he could have just kicked everybody out and been like, I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because that would have been on brand for that kind
I would have loved if they just stuck a camera in the corner of the room and just without the camera crew there. That's what I would have.
I agree.
Because there are some things.
Well, don't forget he was also in a shed with a lot of sharp objects.
Well, that's what Maria just said.
And maybe
that's why Kenny stayed outside.
Listen, when they were in the cars and you see footage of them in the cars, it's because they have cameras in the cars, in the middle of the windshield, on the sides, in the back, and that's raw, unedited footage because they're in the car and there's no camera people there, and that's why I like car scenes because it's pretty much true.
All I can think of is Cheetah Fingers.
And that's why I like that because I've been around like around enough to know like when to spot, like, you know, I'm not saying this was like disingenuous. I'm not, because I thought it was good. I cried when the, so let me get to this. So Romano meeting with the dad, never expressed feeling with the dad. He wants to talk to him man to man. You know, the dad says, I will accept you as an adult. I want you to be happy.
Yep.
You're mature, you made your own choices. And as a dad, I am proud of my smart son. And that made me cry. And listen, I love that. I absolutely loved it, as Mel B would say. I loved it. I thought it was touching, just like with the mom's part. I thought that was very touching.
I'll give it an 8. I'm voting. I give it an 8.
I just think I'm gonna cry right now, but I just think when I mean, I think if you are living a life that isn't truly yours, there's a tendency to maybe have some suicidal, ideations. And when that happens and you're a parent and you watch that with your children, it really changes how you look at the world. Like being gay just doesn't matter anymore as long as you have your baby in your life still. So I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, Maria. No, no, I get it. I get it.
I just sent my youngest son to college. So I might be a little bit, my emotions might be on the surface a little bit. So.
No, it's fine. No, it's why, it's why you're up here, because you're real. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Armando with his meeting with his dad, even though I say there's cameras and, it was a great scene. And, I think it was shot in one take, because I feel like if production had said that to, oh, can we get this again? The dad would have been like, yeah, go F yourself. So I believe it was genuine.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think it is what it is. And I just always feel like, I don't think Armando's asking for too much. I think it's the pressure that Kenny put on him to ask.
Me too. Oh,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think Armando's playing this the right way. Well, and I think he's also being pressured by Kenny to make sure that this is done, because, because Kenny had, I don't want to say Kenny had it easy, but, Kenny has his kids and his grandkids.
Yeah, he's been out in the mirror. Because I know when my sister came out to my mom, it was not a pretty scene, because they were talking about church and all kinds of stuff and wanted to pray over her. I thought maybe she committed murder or something. I wasn't sure, because they acted like the earth just tilted upside down. It was a whole big mess. But in the end, that's still her daughter. She's still my sister. And who cares?
Yeah. It's not something that you need to ruin relationships over. You can still love each other.
Lucia said, I don't think Armando's that gives a crap about the cameras.
I don't either.
I don't think so either. But like at the same time, the cameras are there and you see them.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that change. It's not, it's being filmed, and you're I'm sorry. I agree with you. I don't think he cares about the cameras, but in the back of your mind, they're there. Yeah. And that changes stuff. I don't know. I might act differently if I knew I was being filmed about a controversial topic.
You're right.
No, because here's what's next. Right. Jennifer Positivity, thank you. So here's what's next. So, so then Armando tells his dad about the wedding and that they're engaged. And he's asking the dad if he'll come. And the dad's like, I don't know.
It's an honest answer. I'm not there yet. We just had this conversation and it was huge for me. I just met Kenny and that was a huge step for me. Give me a minute, right?
I mean, it was only like, I don't know the timeline, but like, it was only like, the last scene we saw, like they were all at dinner for the first time, where the dad openly welcomed Kenny. And that was a giant thing because he wanted to do it prior to that. So now you have this one good barbecue where you're all sitting around, everyone's getting along, and then oh, by the way, Dad, we're getting married, and I want you to be there. I mean, like, this is a lot to take in for people. Like, it's a lot. And I don't think Armando would have done that if he wasn't being pressured from Kenny to do it. And I'm sorry, Kenny, but that's how I feel. Because, and I think
you're right.
I think that Kenny should know better. I think that Kenny, I think Kenny is the same age as his dad. I'm not trying to be shady. I think, but like.
I'm sorry, I was talking. I think Kenny is being selfish. Everything has to be his way right here, right now.
That's how I feel.
I feel like he's just pushing Armando because he knows it's what Armando wants to, and that Armando is scared to make the big moves. But you also have to trust Armando, that he knows his family better than Kenny does.
And like, Armando had the wife and the kid and was like, married straight, and then all that stuff. His wife passed away, and the parents aren't used to that. Like the mom said in the first scene, I still remember you being married. And now you're marrying a 60-year-old man. It's American man, like
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Like I feel bad for Armando's parents. I really do. Like. And I feel bad for Armando being in this position to have to convince them expeditiously to like change their whole minds. They just accepted that he was gay. Now they had to say, oh, not only is my son gay, but now he's getting married to a 60-year-old Floridian, and they want me here at the wedding.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. A dad who probably lives in the shed, tinkering with stuff, only comes up for something to eat, and doesn't engage in regular parties. And you want him to do this big thing. Yeah, give him a minute. Give him a minute. But maybe that's the same thing with like
Jenny and Sumit. I mean, not the same thing, but like it's kind of like in the realm of it.
It is.
And speaking of Jenny and Sumit.
We should talk about them real quick.
Oh my God, we have 5 minutes. Shit. Hold on. I'm gonna have to put the TV on and hold on. Okay.
Hit the record button.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna miss like the first 5 minutes of Dancing with the Stars. Hold on. Let me make sure.
That's okay. That's just everybody dancing all at once.
I didn't think we would be going this long. And we didn't even touch on Corey and Evelyn yet. Damn it.
I know. We're going to need at least 10 more minutes.
I know. Hold on. Sorry. Cody! Get Dancing with the Stars on. Okay. So, Jenny and Sumit. All right. Wait. He's not going to do it. Tonight I have to do it. ABC. Hold on. See what happens when you're like,
Well, I can cue
when
up
you have a lot of
Jenny
things to
Sumit
say.
Story. While you get that recording, I can start. Doesn't it open with we're going to go to a sort of a blessing of the pregnancy? Actually, we start off in the market.
No! Shut up! No! You can't hear that. Okay. This is so. Yes. So go ahead.
Okay, so we start off. They're at the market. Jenny wants to buy some beads because she did find that hanging out with the Hare Krishnas was really cool and very relaxing. So she was getting some prayer beads. So I guess yay to that. And then, of course, then she talks about how
ISKCON stuff wasn't wasted.
Exactly. And then she starts talking about how alienated she feels because she doesn't get to go to family gatherings. And of course, there's a family gathering coming up, which is the blessing of Sumit's, I guess, brothers' wives.
His brother's having a baby.
Yeah.
And
Jenny's not because she's not family.
Right. Sorry. I just got BBC. Now we're good. Okay, so like I said, like my notes, chanting beads at the market for the Hare Krishna. She goes, I didn't approve of it. Well, she goes, I liked it, and the chanting relaxed me.
Because she's stressed all the time.
You know what that told me? she's doing that as like a back door. Oh, look at me have the beads. I'm still a devotee, right? So look at me. I'm gonna buy the beads and still chant. So maybe I could still use this as a back door for later on.
That's interesting take. I like it.
That's how
Maybe
I took that. Because I'm always looking like, you know, for like the shadiness. So like that's how I didn't see that as Jenny wanting to be like, oh, the chanting relaxed me. I'm like, oh, no, I saw it as, let me put this on record that like, oh, even though the ISKCON temple didn't work out, I'm gonna get these beads because I enjoy chanting, and in case, you know, whatever else happens.
She enjoys
that's how I saw
those
that.
big old man hands. Okay, gripping them little bitty beads. Got you.
What do you think, Heidi?
I think she needs to take her old ass home, her big hands with them little bitty beads, and leave Sumit alone. And she's upset. She knows she will never, ever, ever be accepted into that family. She's older than his mother. Come on now. She's an embarrassment.
Yeah. I don't know why she needs to be accepted. I think the only reason she needs to be accepted is just because she wants to be married so bad. But then she is also making a big deal about not getting to go to family gatherings. It's like, pick a battle. Just pick a battle.
There is no battle for her to pick.
There is no battle. They don't want her. She's been ostracized, and Sumit can push. She needs to go. She is a dirty, old, nasty woman that needs to go home, and she looks dirty. Her hair looks greasy all the time. She looks dirty to me.
I mean, her hair's a little greasy, but you know,
she looks
it's
dirty
very thin. She has very fine, thin hair. So, you know, maybe she needs some extensions.
To me.
Give it some volume.
You know what? She needs to bump it.
She needs to bump it. Yeah.
Let's. You know what? If Jenny, send me your address. I'll get you a bump it. You know, it's like nice. You it's like a piece you put here, and you put your hair over. It gives you a little bit of volume.
Yeah.
I just Sumit having sex, and it's disgusting.
It's that scene on TV. Bump it. They come in several colors, and it's good.
John, have you ever pictured the two of them having sex? Seriously.
What are you talking about?
Jenny and Sumit. Can you imagine that? It's like the babysitter taking care of the baby. That is child abuse. Sorry.
Why is it child abuse? He's very much an adult.
She's 30 years older than he is. I don't care. She's disgusting. He's 33.
Well, if she was doing
that teacher, was it like Mary Kay Letourneau that had sex?
Yes, that's what they remind me of.
That's who Jenny is. She's like Mary Kay Letourneau.
Yep, may she rest in peace.
She died. Yeah, she died.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, to me, the age gap doesn't, I mean, it's yucky, but it doesn't matter if he's fully an adult when the relationship began, which he was.
She's an old woman with cobwebs. I'm sorry.
She's a wrecker. I don't
she looks like she's down to clown to me. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I have to get the.
Yeah, Maria, you like them underdogs. I call it for what it is. She's a dirty, old, nasty woman. That's what she is.
I do like underdogs.
Wrecker, and his mother will never, ever, ever accept her, nor would his father.
And they're like, they're like, you know, Sumit's like, my family won't approve. Like, I wouldn't approve. If that was my son, I would have probably chopped his dick off if like, he was trying to like no.
Disgusting.
For me, it comes down to the, you know, Sumit, like, what was it? Was it last season where he had kind of that emotional breakdown and he said, you know, that basically he wanted to kill himself.
And his mother said if he married her, she would kill herself.
She's very dramatic. You know what I mean?
It's all dramatic. I mean, the whole thing is dramatic.
They are all dramatic. But seriously, Sumit, you know, this is who he loves. He can't fake it anymore. He's going for it. And I can't hate him on that.
He does not love her. He keeps saying the love of his life. Girl, okay, so if your son, who I've seen, brings you a 64 or 65-year-old woman and says this is the love of his life.
Well, I would definitely be surprised, and there would be some follow-on questions for sure.
Okay.
But if it's between him wanting to kill himself or that, then I would be like, well, I just want you to be happy. You know, like,
well, I'll just tell him, go ahead on and kill yourself. I'll be happy to bury you, but you won't be marrying her.
Oh my gosh, no.
Can we stop saying kill ourselves on this, please?
Sorry.
Can we, you know, dance around that?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's ever. I just said it too, so it's cool.
I just think that sometimes we get too worked up about things that don't matter, and you need to let people be happy, even if it's in an unconventional way, as long as it's all legal.
Now, Jenny has the one daughter who's the lesbian, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And does she have another kid, or is it just the one?
Yes, she has another daughter.
Now, if her other daughter wanted to marry a 80-year-old,
oh, she wouldn't care as long as he has some type of money.
Palm Springs ain't gonna pay for itself, right?
Nope. I'm serious. It's just, and she keeps saying she doesn't understand why they're doing this. Yes, we all understand why they're doing this. You came into their home, pretended to be somebody that you weren't. You were sleeping with this man underneath your mother's roof while he was still married, or right before he got married.
It was before they were married yet. Yeah.
Disgusting. And then she's bragging about taking his virginity. Really, Jenny?
I mean, that I know. Like Jenny is, yeah, man. She's
Jenny is so like dirty.
She's dirty.
She is just so dirty. With her greasy, stringy hair and like, you know, her bad neck. Like I'm like I don't like her so much. Like I really don't. You know, and don't forget that Jenny, you know, originally when she was being catfished by Sumit, she applied for every TV show under the sun. She applied to be on MTV's Catfish. This is like back in like 2012.
Was that before or after they met though? Had they met?
No, they hadn't met yet.
But she knew that. She knew that.
Yep, she knew.
Yeah, she knew. So she's been trying to get on TV for a while with this whole catfish. Like, you know, I'm just an old lady with bad hair from Palm Springs and
with 3 chins.
I mean, back then her hair looked pretty good. I don't know. Did she have like red hair? It was a little shorter.
I don't know why they're still on the show either, Pat. They need to go because I'm sick of them. I mean, she just looks nasty. She looks nasty and dirty, and this is my opinion.
No, why? Yeah, why couldn't Jenny bring him to the U.S.? That's a good question.
He would do great here.
Well, I don't know.
Because he's not going to come here because that means he has to work. Sumit
and leave his parents.
Is that true, Heidi? Because I keep wondering, does he work? What does he do?
He doesn't have a job. So who bought the presents when he went to the temple? He don't have a job. He does not work.
The gift bags? Like, okay, so he went to wait, let's go to that because that was amazing. Wait. So Sumit's brother is his wife is pregnant. Sumit's gonna be an uncle. And then Jenny is not over the parents yelling at her. Jenny feels left out. And then Sumit needs to fix it. You need to fix it. I feel left out.
Not happening.
He tries.
Sumit's brother's wife is pregnant. I'm reading my notes. The first grandkid. So it's Sumit's parents' first grandchild, the grandchild that Sumit should have had first because, you know, Sumit's older than the brother. And Jenny can't compete. So she tells Sumit, you need to tell your parents I need to be, you know, in these family get-togethers because I have no family here.
That's not our problem.
Right?
Exactly.
Go back to Palm Springs.
Nope, she can't go back because her daughter and them don't want her sleeping on the couch anymore. And you remember
go back to Palm Springs, Jenny.
And you remember when she got there, when she first got there, he told her that he quit his job. Really, Sumit? He quit his job.
Like it was in the wrong town. I don't know.
Oh, I have to leave every 6 months because I don't have a visa. If that was my mother or grandmother or aunt or cousin, I would be like this. Oh, I don't know that bitch. I don't know her. Like
she's living her best life.
Embarrassing. I can't.
She's older than his mother. Society, their society and their culture will not accept that relationship. Never.
That's what the parents said at the end. This is a society where this is not accepted. So if me and your mom are stuck and we need the help of the neighbors, if they know about you and Jenny, they won't come help. So if we're dying, if we're being murdered or drowned or on fire,
I'm saying those words.
they won't come with the fire extinguishers because your dumb son married Jenny.
That's why they're living so far away from them, because he would not. He brings shame to his family.
And don't forget, India was like had the caste system. Like, I mean, it might not be the case now, but let's not. It doesn't mean like that people still don't think that way.
Nope.
So
you're right. They trust me. They do.
I mean, that's what it is. It is what it is.
So Maria up there trying to glorify Jenny and this relationship.
I'm just saying, she's living her best life, man.
He's lost weight and she's gaining it all in her chins and her neck.
She really needs to get that taken care of. And then just be just a regular.
You know, like, oh my God. All right.
He's gonna be putting diapers on her soon, trust me.
But you know, she should live her best life until she needs the diapers. Just go for it. Get it on with Sumit as much as you want. Stop trying to force the marriage and hang out with his mom as a family member. Just go get yours.
But India, it was very like they had the caste system. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Like, you know,
I am.
I have a master's in history, like, so I know about it. Like, I'm not saying it's the same now, but like it's still how
it basically is.
Even if it's still not on the books, it does not mean it's not how they think.
That's what they think. My ex-daughter-in-law, her mom and dad are the same way. You know, they're both surgeons, and the fact that she married a black man, you know, they said that brought shame to them. Yes, they think like that.
And Jenny, like, you know, Jenny's kind of like, I'm sorry to make this comparison, but Jenny's like Kenny in a way.
Yep.
You know,
Entitled.
Yeah, like do this, make your parents say this. Wow, I'm really onto something here. Make your parents say that. Make your parents say this. Make them believe. Make them accept me. Make them do this. Make them do that.
Get the tambourines.
And these are two people in their 60s, Kenny and Jenny, making their much younger spouses do their bidding. With cultural, oh my God, I'm really onto something here. With cultures like Mexico and India that aren't as progressive as the United States, trying to trying to push your first world qualities on third world countries that aren't in the same wheelhouse as you. Oh my God. Give me a mic.
You need to get your tambourine. Seriously.
And that's what it is.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep. Oh.
Yep. We're just used to being able to get it done in America. Doesn't matter. We will plow over people to get it done. And we think we can do that everywhere. And that's just not the case.
It is. I mean, that's completely what it is.
Bye, Nancy.
I mean, you know, both Kenny and Jenny, and they had the same fucking name almost. Kenny, Jenny, one consonant off, are pushing this narrative on their much younger spouses with families in third world countries who aren't ready to accept it. Jenny, make your parents accept me. Make your parents accept me. I want to belong. Kenny, make your parents accept me. Make your parents accept me. I want to belong. I want to belong.
You don't always get to belong.
Shit, I had an epiphany right here. Like, that's like, it is what it is.
That was a good epiphany, John.
Yep. I'm gonna
Ooh. I'm sick of
them. Just stop.
Yeah, I'm tired of them. I'm tired of Jimmy and Sumit. They need to go.
In favor of Kenny and Armando, but Jenny's no better.
No,
she's no better.
Because she has no self-awareness. At least Kenny is a little bit self-aware.
Kenny has a little self-awareness, but Jenny just thinks she's like, you know, the Queen of Sheba walking through India, you know, like, you know, oh, everybody kiss my feet. And I am so tired of it. I'm tired of it.
I think you need to call TLC and tell them they have to go.
Yeah, let me get on the horn with them right now. Watch. You know what? Once this live ends, I Dancing with the Stars on pause. I'm gonna make a post comparing now to the 300 people in this chat right now. I'm gonna make a post on IG when this ends, comparing Jenny and Kenny.
Yep.
To what they're doing to their spouses, and watch how everybody eviscerates me for saying that. You want to see
Oh,
it?
without a doubt, because Kenny's likable. Why would you ever compare him to Jenny? Because they're doing the
likable,
same thing.
isn't she?
No, not really.
But it's the same thing. It's the same goddamn thing.
It is the same thing. It is. It's just a different country. That's it.
I mean, like, you know, India is a third world country, right?
Yep.
Mexico is a third world country. I mean, it's the same thing being pushed.
Yep. Traditional values being, you know, forced aside because the Americans
want it their way.
Yep.
This is not Burger King, sweetheart. Like, I'm sorry. Ooh.
And someone said in the comments, you know,
I didn't think I was going to get to this level of annoyingness, but like,
yeah, but somebody said in the comments, why didn't Jenny bring him here? Because she can't afford to sponsor him. She can't.
She'd have to get a job. They all need jobs.
They are living off of their TLC checks. That's why she's still there. That's how he bought them presents.
Jenny is no goddamn hero. Jenny is a homewrecker.
Nope, she's not.
Jenny is a homewrecker.
At first, I thought it was a love story.
I thought Jenny was like, you know, because you know, we watched Danielle with Muhammad, and you know, I was like, oh, you know, look, it's another. You know, Danielle wasn't nearly as old as Jenny. You know, and you know, the age gap wasn't as severe, but like everybody fell in love with 90 Day Fiance because they saw Danielle, the older woman, being fooled by Muhammad, the younger guy who was overseas.
Who could a younger sweet guy? Yeah. You
know, and now Danielle and Muhammad are great, and I don't want to take that away from them, but you know, Danielle really made the show from her, you know, her relationship with Muhammad. Like, you know, that's how, you know, that's how I got involved with 90 Day Fiance, was watching Danielle and Muhammad, like when they were first on. Like that, I was like, oh my God, this is some crazy shit. This show is insane.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that one day, especially Muhammad.
But you know,
I just want to know what means.
I twisted. I told you I'm in pain. Okay, I moved a certain way.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to yell.
I thought it was like the same as when you do it with Vinny, so I was curious.
Oh
no.
Well, to finish off with Jenny and Sumit, because I Dancing with the Stars on hold.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
And now I can't live tweet it, so thanks guys, because now I'm behind.
But there's big commercials.
No, what you do is you start from where you're at. When you don't put,
and I'm not going to miss the first half hour of it. And no, it's fine. I'm good.
I mean, it doesn't even come on for another like 45 minutes here, so you could just live tweet in a different time zone.
Like 45 minutes now.
I'm in a different time zone.
So live tweet it to the people in the different time zones. There you go.
So Sumit, you know, goes to the temple with his Party City gift bags.
Oh God.
Like, is that what you do when you go to temple with the gift bags?
I don't know.
What happened to his yellow thing that he had in his head? Because he took it off.
I don't know. And then again, you know, and like, which also annoyed me, like kind of like a la Kenny and Armando, was that he went there. They're celebrating the birth of the pregnancy of, you know, Sumit's brother, and they're happy about it and they're all ecstatic. And then Sumit comes up there with his Party City gift bags, walking up the steps, and immediately is like, well, Jenny needs to be here. Jenny's part of the family. I'm engaged to Jenny. And what happened? The mom walks off crying, and the dad follows her. And the brother and the sister said, Jenny's welcome here as a friend.
Not as part of the family.
And enough.
And they both left him sitting there. Everybody left him.
And we are supposed to still watch this shit show go down.
Of course
Make
we
it
are.
make sense. Make it make sense.
Oh God.
Make it make sense.
Are we done with them now?
Are we good?
Yep, we're good. Let's move on to them people.
Them people. Is that Evelyn and Corey? Them
people.
Okay.
All right. So lastly, now I just did a whole live about Corey and Evelyn at 3:00. I don't want to talk too much about it because I gave them a whole hour on themselves. So I'm just going to ask your guys' opinions. If you want to know what I had to say about Corey and Evelyn, I gave a lot of facts and timelines and tea. So I'm not going to go into detail about Corey and Evelyn. If you want to watch, if you didn't see it, watch the live I did before this one. But basically, for Corey and Evelyn, I want to ask Maria and Heidi's thoughts on that.
Well, I don't understand why Raul is even on the show. He's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, Raul was like in the enemy camp, and I can't say more than that because I don't want to give somebody credence. But
yeah, but like I don't, you know, and then him telling Corey, "I'm going to if you don't tell her, I'm going to tell her," and it's like, what game are you playing, weirdo?
You are not
That's
Cuba Gooding Jr. This is not Jerry Maguire, Raul. Okay, like that's I'm like okay.
Yeah, he seems like a real steal your girl kind of a dude. I want to be best friends with you, but also I'm coming to stab you in the back as quickly as I possibly can. And I just don't like, why are you friends with Raul? Nobody should be friends with Raul. He's terrible.
Okay, do you want to hear what I have to say about this now?
Well,
yep.
The floor is yours.
Okay, so for Evelyn to say that she only married Corey so he can stay in the country, to me was BS. Because if you know you didn't want to get married in the long run, I would have never married him just for his papers. I would have just let him leave. But undoubtedly, you need Corey there for some reason. And now she's saying that she feels trapped. Her mother and them saying that they don't believe in divorce. I think it's a shit show. And they need to go away as well. I'm just serious. They need to go too. Because she doesn't, I don't really think she loves Corey. I think she loves what Corey can, what he was doing.
If she didn't love Corey, do you think she would have married him for papers?
That's what I'm saying. That's why it doesn't make sense for the stuff that she's saying. She's making them believe that the only reason she married him was because his visa was expiring. So that's a lie, because you're not going to marry someone just to keep them there if you don't love them and don't want them. Period.
But she does, see, to me, she does love him.
Basically, you're saying
that, also knows
that Evelyn had to love Corey to marry him.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Okay. Well, okay. You didn't word it like that, so
no. I said it's a sketch show, but you're not going to marry somebody to keep them in the country if you do not love them. Period.
I agree, because he brings nothing to the table. He's not loaded with money, as much as they'd like to make it look that way in the first season. You know, they like to make it look like she's after his money. She makes more money than he does, for sure. He throws her under the bus at every opportunity on TV. When it comes to light, he gives the worst, you know, be nice to Evelyn kind of apologies. He's the worst. He does not care if she looks terrible on TV. He does not care about his lady in a way that matters. I just think he's awful. I just think he's terrible. And I don't know why she likes him at all. He appears to be a nice person, but he's not.
Thank you, D. Bloom. She says that she was admitting immigration fraud on TV, which is basically what she did.
But I think that
no, it's not immigration fraud. Like, you get married for any reason. She said she got married, like, you know, keep them here. Like, when they, you know, it's not. If you love somebody, you know, you get married for, like, you know, as long as she's not getting payments from Corey.
Well, she didn't say she loved him. She knows she has to. Because I would marry Corey.
Payments from Corey? Like rent?
I wouldn't love Corey. There's nothing lovable about Corey at all.
No, but he has a gentle disposition, so he comes off better than her, who's much more blunt and abrupt, right? But if you listen to the quality of what he's saying, it's garbage.
A manipulator.
Yes. He's a manipulator.
Okay, so are we good with Corey and Evelyn? It's like
we're all in agreement.
Are we? I'm not sure that we are.
Idea.
I don't know if we're all in agreement on that.
John loves Corey and Evelyn, and he loves them to death. I
have
only
to
see
say,
what I
of
see
all
on
the
TV.
people
So
in
I only
90
go by what I
Fiancé,
see.
I have never liked a couple with both spouses equally. And I find myself in unfamiliar territory because I do like Corey and I do like Evelyn. And it's hard for me to, because it's easy to watch a show and say, oh, this one's the good one, that one's the bad one. Everyone does it. But for me, Corey and Evelyn, I love them both. And it's hard for me to.
Why do you like
I don't
Corey?
even want to pick a side because I'm not. And I think that both of them have faults, and I think that both of them have good points. But from what there's a lot I can't say, but we'll see it play out for the rest of the season, and yeah.
Do you think that Evelyn should wear Corey's sister's dress now?
In the David's bridal dress, I don't know. I'm not sure. But if Corey didn't love Evelyn, if Evelyn didn't love Corey, she would never have married him, regardless if she's saying if it's for papers. They've had an up and down rocky relationship, and they both have seen other people, but like the whole thing is like once they got married, then according to Corey, Evelyn kicked him out. Is when Corey started up a new relationship with this Jenny girl. Jenny, another horrible name. Let's get Jenny written off the fucking 90-Day universe because it's a horrible name. Sorry to all the Jennies in the audience, but you're married at that point, and it was very quick for Corey to like start a new relationship with this woman and then have sex with her and then say let's move in together and then never cut it off. And we're gonna see Jenny. We're gonna see her. Corey filmed with her. And
yeah.
Evelyn
And then
had
also
no idea.
Yeah. I mean, but who does that to the person who they are supposedly devoted to? Who films with this person?
If Tony had done that to me, he wouldn't be breathing. I'm like, that's it. Like,
no. He's in it for the fame. He doesn't care about the ramifications. He just likes the attention on him.
And to make it, wait, hold on, I just got a text. Oh. And like, if you guys remember, last year there was an IG Live where, never mind.
No, you're not going to point us in that direction.
No,
okay,
I'm not. Well, Evelyn had done an IG Live last year where she had said that she was putting on her makeup and she was crying. And she was talking about Corey cheating on her and him wanting to make this his career. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it happened. And if I could find it, I don't think I have it saved, but it's very telling. And
is Heidi's show starting?
No, that just popped up. I just had to close out that tab. I was like, what the hell is that noise? Sorry.
But anyways.
So, yeah. So Corey likes the attention. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if it makes her look bad. Doesn't care if it makes him look bad.
So I'm going to end this live and I'm going to make a post comparing Kenny and Jenny.
You must.
And watch how fast I go down.
Well, John, if you think you're going to go down fast, why make the post?
Because I'm going to make it because it's a good point. And like what? It's the first time I said something in the minority opinion. Like no, like hi. This is old hat to me. But I think that it's worth mentioning on a post that like they're kind of projecting their first world American stuff on third world parents that are not ready to allow it. And that, I think, is a very cogent point. And if people don't want to believe it because, Kenny is a favorite, and he is a favorite.
Yes, he
and
is.
I do like Kenny and Armando. And I like Kenny and Armando.
I think
I changed on that one.
Yeah, I think for their season, John, they were the favorites. Just when you remember when Michael and Angela first started, they were everybody's favorite. The same with Kenny and Armando.
It is what it is. But they're kind of getting away with murder. And
did you
they're
find out with
projecting that they
Juliana?
want their way done right away. And they're expecting their spouses or partners to do too much with parents who aren't ready for it yet. And why isn't nobody talking about that? Well, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to call Lisa Rinna and I say, well, if nobody's going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. And that's what's up. So
no, you got to own it. You got to own it.
I am owning it. I'm going to own it.
The truth.
I'm this
The
live.
truth doesn't
I'm going
have to
to
make
own
it
it,
happen.
and then we're going to see what happens because I will go down in flames. But you guys were here first. You all agree with me. So when I make this post, come running to my aid because I'm going to go down in flames. So that's it. So I'm already now a half hour into Dancing with the Stars that I've missed. I want to thank Maria and Heidi, who's in a lot of pain, who came up on this live and is dealing with sciatica and just a lot of pain. And I'm sorry. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing the Dancing with the Stars recap. Heidi, are you going to be down for Dancing with the Stars recap tomorrow?
Yeah, we can do Dancing with the Stars tomorrow night. I'm going to vote. I'm going to have my own damn paddle ready.
By the way, Dancing with the Stars related, Cheryl Burke got she got tested for COVID, so she is on the show tonight.
Yep.
I
saw that.
She had the vaccine, the Moderna vaccine, and she still got it. So
it's that Delta variant.
I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but I hope that Cheryl Burke is the OG of Dancing with the Stars. And she has been on more seasons than Carter has pills. Remember that saying? I'm gonna my old sayings. But so I hope that Cheryl gets well soon. I'm gonna make the post. I'm gonna watch Dancing with the Stars, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Okay.
Dancing with the Stars recap.
All right, holla.
And watch how fast I go down in the post I'm about to make.
I'm gonna watch this too, and I'm gonna see.
It's gonna be bloody. So I love you guys. Thank you.
All right, John. I'm waving like you can see me.
Bye, everybody. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.